All right, let's do it. So Raj wants to do Jiu Jitsu.
Okay.
All right. What we're going to talk about, we talk about stand here, is Jiu Jitsu, stay back. All right. Stand back. Right there. We talk about Jiu Jitsu. What does that mean? All right. Self-defense. What does that mean? All right. Stopping an attacker. All right. Cool. So in Jiu Jitsu, most people think of Jiu Jitsu, they think of what? Submission grappling. They're not thinking about strikes. They're not thinking about a real fight. They're not thinking about eye poking somebody. All right. So get your fight stance, your self-defense stance. Jiu Jitsu is an all-around self-defense art. The first move that you should learn in Jiu Jitsu, if you go to Jiu Jitsu school, they don't teach you this first. Look for a different school, which is most schools. Sorry. All right. But the idea is if you want to be in a competition school and get medals and feel good about yourself, they won't teach this. Does that make sense? Hands up. The first thing we want to do is what in Jiu Jitsu? Pizau. Stomp. Got it? Cool. I want to keep the distance. I want to control the distance. That's what I want to have. First and foremost, I want to be in control of the distance. I want to be in control of the timing, distance, where you go, where I go. We don't do that by coming in punching. We do that by controlling our Pizau, stomp. All right. What that also does is, hey, look, if I'm a dominant grappler, I want to get you to the ground. I believe in my takedowns. I have my Pizau to my double leg. Boom. Or if I'm switched here or I'm here, Pizau to my single leg. Basics, right? Cool. Using that kick, if you will. Now in Jiu-Jitsu, sport Jiu-Jitsu, we can't do that. We can push. All right, we can set and push, but it doesn't make as much practical. All right, so what we're gonna work on is just ideas here. Push to get in what? Just to close the distance, get to my range. We talk about Jiu-Jitsu, we have to win where? Where do we have to win first? Secondly, all right, we have to win the ranges first, all right? But where do most fights start? Where do most fights end? Punches. You go to the top level jiu-jitsu tournament, 2 black belts, all right? No-gi finals. They get in a fight. They get angry at each other. Do they do more jiu-jitsu? Nope, they start punching each other, all right? So that's the idea. We got to be good. Mano y mano means what? Hand to hand, all right? Hands up. So in our combat situation, if we get that Pizau, get that control, eventually our hands are going to touch. All right. So a lot of people think about the takedown, all this stuff, but we got to think first and foremost about our hands, mano y mano. Even if we are going here and I have that Pizau, I'm still probably going to grab or touch hands. All right. Cool. So this is where we have to win. We talk about in Jiu-Jitsu, what's the most important thing in Jiu-Jitsu? On top, on top, on top, on top. What's that mean right now? Right now, I don't want to come in here. To be on top means I'm on top. John Jones, one of the greatest. John Jones comes out here, he's on top. His hands are on top. All right. What that means is if I'm on top, I have a lot more control. Push your hands up. Don't let me put them down. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, go ahead. Push your hands down. It's a lot harder for me. Does that make sense? So if I'm in here, I want to have here. Hands up, hands up. All right, because these are what? These hands are doing what? Protecting your face. All right. Protecting me from getting closer. So what do I have to beat? All right. If I got to beat that leg on my Pizau, but I got to beat the hands. How do I beat the hands? What's this called? Kung Fu move, all right? We call it Kung Fu move because it's a fun way to remember it, but it's like, it's just this motion we do, all right? All right, it's not specific to Kung Fu or it is karate, whatever, but it's just something fun. That's why we call it Kung Fu move. The idea there is now, if I'm gonna do a Kung Fu move with the left, right, or both, I'm coming here. Oof, hello, everything's open. That makes sense? And in Muay Thai, I'm gonna come in, most likely I'm gonna go here. Just shed one, because I'm coming through. That makes sense. So we're winning that Kung Fu move or the hand fighting. So first and foremost, we're getting in here, we're longer, we're control the range with our Pizau. Control the range with our Pizau. In Muay Thai, we call it what? Teep. Okay, we call it a teep in Muay Thai. A lot of times, it's a lot longer because I don't have to worry about takedowns. I'm not trying to take them down. So our teep in Muay Thai, whoosh, I can be a lot further away because I'm going maybe boop to the chin, all right? But I'm being long. In Jiu-Jitsu, I'm thinking I'm trying to stay long, but only to control the ranges so I can grab him when I need to, all right? The reason we call it the gentle art, Jiu-Jitsu, is because you're going in there, you're trying to reduce the amount of violence in the self-defense situation. Whether it's you or me, stuff starts flying, all bad things can happen. Does that make sense? Whether it's an accidental, purposeful elbow, whatever. So the idea is to minimize that. We call it the gentle art because I want to get Pizau, get close to him, get his back, and choke him out, all right? The rear naked choke, the blood choke is what we're going for. All the other chokes, arm bar, leg locks, is that the end of a fight? No. You just pissed the guy off. Now he's going to bite you. Now he's going to spit on you. But now, you know what I mean? You might be able to slip it out, but it's not, okay, you know what? You broke my arm, we're done. No, now I just heard my arm snap. Now all bets are off. Eye pokes, groin, everything. If it wasn't serious, it just got serious. So joint manipulations are good. You slowed somebody down. But even to break, well, I break his arm, why? I break his arm in a self-defense situation or jiu-jitsu situation so that when I get his back and he goes to pull, this is separated. So at the end of the day, even the joint manipulations are a path to what? The neck, all right? Right here, we talk about this, all right? Whether it's boxing or jiu-jitsu, I'm attacking this 3-inch ring around your head. I'm trying to punch your chin and pinch these 2 veins. That's self-defense. That's what I'm trying to do, all right? And if I get here, boom, self-defense situation, I hate to say it, but if we're in self-defense, life or death, after I chin check you, what do? Just stand over you, wait for you to come back? Still got the rear naked choke. So think about that. All these joint manipulations, these arm breaks, the leg breaks, even a knockout punch is still a path to the blood choke. Got it? Cool. We have a lot of different blood chokes. We have a rear naked choke, Kronos, Compost, Guillotine, the ones that we really focus on. Arm triangle, lots of blood choke. What's a blood choke mean? Cuts off blood to the brain. So when I say that, and when I say we're attacking this 3-inch ring, we're not really attacking all that. Now I have my equilibrium knockout here, but there's that little vein there, and the little vein there. That's really what I'm attacking. I'm trying to pinch this vein and this vein. So when I do my rear naked choke, I'm not trying to squeeze the neck. I'm trying to pinch here and here, pinch those veins. And that 3 to 5, they're unconscious. 30 seconds, they're brain dead, which means they're not coming back at normal. 45 seconds, blood loss to the brain, they're not coming back, all right? Does it make sense? So you're talking, that's how quickly it can get serious. When we're in here, we have to be really careful. Blood chokes, especially when we're doing a bow and arrow choke, we call it, because a bow and arrow choke, we stretch the body out to where you don't feel them go limp. They're already stretched out as much as they can, all right? So that's the foundation of jiu-jitsu, a self-defense art, stopping an attacker. Does that make sense? We talk about this in a boxing fight. Boxing fight goes to decision. How many punches landed? 0. All right? I know. Oh, well, you knocked him down and he got back up. That makes sense? A punch that lands stops your attacker. Does that make sense? So that's what we think about when we think about jiu-jitsu. How do I stop my attacker? All right? A rear naked choke, blood choke, Kronos, Compost, but we're going for blood chokes. That's how we stop our attacker. Ultimately stop our attacker. Now we get dropped in a steel cage. We're basically trying to kill them within the rules allowed. I know it sounds vicious, but the rules inhibit us from really them dying. That's why the ref's in there. What's the ref's job in my fight? To pull them off of me. That's his only job. And make sure I'm not cheating too much, all right? But the idea, the ref's in there to stop somebody from literally dying. That makes sense? Because sometimes 1, 2, 3, it's usually 3 unanswered punches and they stop the fight. That makes sense? So you got to think that 4th, 5th, 6th punch, that might be the one. When they're unconscious. So the ref's job is to get in there and go, okay, 1, 2, there's the 3rd significant unabated strike. I got to stop it because he might die. Does that make sense? He gets the rear naked choke. He's got a rear naked choke. He's tapping. Maybe he's not respecting the tap. That ref has 3 to 5 seconds to get in there before the guy's asleep. Does that make sense? So if you think about this, some positions where these refs get, you'll see them, they miss because they're on the wrong side. Somebody's out for 10 seconds and they're just sitting on top and the ref's like, and then they lift up the arm. I mean, you're talking 10 or 15 seconds. You're 15 seconds away from brain dead. Does that make sense? So that's how dangerous everything we're doing in here. Now, we talk about this. What I would like to work on with you, we talk about the fundamentals, the basics. Let's work our 3 most important throws. As someone who has a judo background, all right? One of the things I think important is in a self-defense situation is winning that throw. My favorite art to watch is judo. If you say, what martial art do you love to watch? Judo's it. Judo is, if you haven't watched it, it's a beautiful art. The reason is because they're coming in so violently, and the idea is, you know what a pawn is? A pawn is like a knockout in a fight. So when you get in jiu-jitsu, if you get a clean throw, you stay up, boom, it's in a pawn. Match is over. If you go down with them, you get 2. There's 2 and 3 point throws depending on the league or whatever. But the goal is what? The goal is lifting them up, throwing them down and being above them and still holding them. Where did this come from? The samurai. Samurai, where it wasn't like a battlefield. It was very close quarters, very quiet, very boom. So the first person who got that throw, as you're going down, boom. That makes sense? First person hit the ground with the armor on was not getting back up. So that's the theory. The theory is you want to win the throw. If you can win the throw, You win the first takedown, you're on top, like we talked about, and you're in a good position. Does that make sense? So that's what we want to think about when we're in here. Now, we talk about winning the throw. Now we're mano-a-mano, right? We're hand-to-hand. But where are we most likely going to end up? All right, most self-defense situations, grappling, grabbing each other. Greatest grappler in boxing ever, Floyd Mayweather. All right, that's how he stayed so pretty. His ability to grapple, his ability to put an opponent where he wanted, when he wanted. That makes sense? So we talk about this. We got this. Boom, we got this. We got our elbows. Where I want to start is with our pummel. All right, pummeling is our over-under. When we get here in a fight, we're usually neutral, right? We both want to win here. All right, I want to win the double underhooks because then I can bend them over. Straight down. I got my double leg. I can drop down to my single. Double underhooks is where you want to be. You want to get them against the wall if you can, and get that double underhooks. You can get to the back. All right. Now, from that pummel, there's a couple throws that I want to get great at. All right. The throws that I want to get great at are your ogoshi, which is called your hip toss, your sewi nage, which is your over the back throw. Does that make sense? And a uchimata. All right. These three throws, in my opinion, are the most important three throws that you need in a self-defense situation that most people aren't going to be able to react to. All right. So that first one, when I'm coming in here, all right. So I'm coming right here, boom. So be ready to break fall. Boom. So my first one is I get in here, and now right here he's pushing against me a little bit. So I use that momentum. I step and turn. All right. Now when I step and turn, it's a hip toss. Ogoshi. So I'm coming here. Whoop. Boom. Now I hold this arm. Snap the arm. I don't have to fall back. I don't have to fall back to finish this. I can snap this arm right here and still get a couple hammer fists, still hold the arm. Does that make sense? Conventional thinking is I got to fall back, snap the arm, the ref jumps in. No. All right? I don't want you to think if I fall back, there's cement, there's concrete down there. Yeah, I snapped his arm. Now his arm pulls out. Now I'm on bottom. I lost that top position. So you got to think about it. Even when I'm there, that kettlebell will snap. All right, cool. I can still hold it. If I have a sleeve, it's a lot easier to hold it. That arm, especially if it's floppy and you've already broken it. Ogoshi. All right. It's our first one we want to get great at. The other one is if we're here and let's say I get here, I'm going for a sewi nage. So now I'm underhooking this arm, pulling this to my chest, lifting him up, and he's going all the way over the top. Where might you use this? If someone sneaks up behind you, all right, or someone gets behind you, gets the better of you, gets behind you. This is the one where you control that arm so it can't choke you and throw them. Their whole body goes over the back throw. So let's say he's coming in, he got the jump on me, he got here. All right, what I want to do is, or he got here maybe, we talked about this, he got here. If he doesn't have my elbow trapped, if he's halfway up my bicep, I bring it all the way up, pull the arm out, see that? I pull him over my back, I grab this, I pull to my body, and then on my tippy toes, boo-ah! Got that? And when we do this in judo, or we do this in self-defense, I'm dropping my forehead to the mat. Oof, what's that mean? When I go here, his head hits first. All right, cool. The third throw, the third most basic throw I would love for everybody to have is a ogoshi first, boom. Sewi nage, second. Third is what's called a uchimata. All right, now, because we have two other throws, basically this throw here is I have an underhook, I'm going to the overhook side. This one here, I'm underhooking the arm and throwing him. The uchimata is different because now I'm going here, and once I get this overhook, I'm going to overhook, turn sideways next to him. I'm basically grabbing his upper thigh with my basically my groin muscles right here. So I'm using my calf, my thigh to grab his upper thigh. And when I grab it now, I lift it straight up by doing a front roll. Hup, whoosh, there, he puts his hand there. Whoosh, whoosh, I go back up. All right, so see how he put his hand there? If I do this right, I don't care whether it's a mat, it's gonna fold one way or the other. I've seen it happen all the time, especially on canvas where it catches, that arm will break. So the idea is, don't get there, but if you do, you're most likely not gonna wanna put your arm out there. You're gonna fall and someone slam you in. Does that make sense? But the idea is now, this is our precursor, first blood choke that we go to. If I get here, he puts his hand down there to stop himself, which is okay. Put your hand down there. Boom, now I pop right to the guillotine. Got it? Cool. So that's the idea. The idea is we gotta win where? We have to win the pummel. We win the pummel. Why we're winning the pummel, why we're pummeling, why we're fighting that position, what's opening up? Is that ogoshi there? while I'm fighting for that pummel. Is he too high? Is that Seoi Nage there? While we're fighting for that pummel, he's pushing too far. Is he got me against the wall to where now he's pushing, he won the underhook and he's pushing me. Oh, so now it's time for an Uchimata. It gives you options. That makes sense. So these 3 basic throws let you adapt to all the different options, or 3 of the basic, most fundamental options when we're in that pummel position, fighting for underhooks. These throws do what? These throws are using that push and pull. He's pushing against me. So I'm using, how do I know which throw to go for? It's how he's pushing against me, how he's putting his energy into me. That's how I'm gonna know how to manipulate it and send it this way, or that way. That makes sense? So it's all what? Energy manipulation. So hands up. When he throws that jab. Got it? That's subtle, right? But all I'm trying to do is manipulate that energy. I'm not necessarily trying to stop it, trying to take over. All I'm really trying to do is just, cool, does that make sense? I don't take submissions. You guys all give them to me. Does that make sense? I'm trying to position you in a way that you do something. Oh, there's the arm bar. You try to get away from me. You try to turn your back to me. Does that make sense? So the same thing with this pummel is while I'm in here, I'm feeling that energy. Where is your energy going next? Okay, cool. An Ogoshi feels right. Okay, where's your energy? Now you got an underhook, so your energy's coming here. So now I'm gonna use that momentum and energy, and you're going right there with my Uchimata. So that's the idea behind this pummeling. Energy distribution. You're trying to feel their energy move, all right? That's the whole purpose. Hands up. Ball of carbon versus ball of carbon. All right, cool. All right, so that's it, right? We're like a giant salt battery. That's really what we are. I mean, in a hard sense. All right, so I'm not really fighting that salt battery. I'm fighting what? I'm fighting the brain. I'm trying to position him. We play chess, right? That's it. We're playing chess right now. All right, we're in right here. First chess move. If I go here, where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? Where do I go? So it's the greatest chess players in the world say they think 12 moves ahead. So that's how we have to think. Cool? All right? So today we're gonna pummel, arm drag to the back. So let's show it real quick. So here's our drills. We're gonna pummel. We're gonna get good at this pummeling. We're good at pummeling to the arm drag to the back, all right? Because right here, all right, there's a couple different things. If I'm too high on his arm over here, he's gonna throw that arm up and do a Seoi Nage. Boom, over the back throw, all right? If I'm here, all right, and I have it, he's gonna go ahead, grab the wrist, grab the wrong wrist for the sake of the drill. Yep, he grabs there. Ooh, good night, all right? He's going to sleep. So why this is so crucial is because this is one of the positions that I wanna be in. I don't like double, I like this. This is good because I have suplexes, but he has his elbows and his hands free. If I can get one trap, now I can drop him down, or I can suplex him. I can drop him on the side that I have the arm trapped, all right? So we're gonna get right here. He does his escape. Boom. All right, cool. All right, third drill. We're gonna get here. We're gonna get that Ogoshi, just the lift. So I'm gonna lift, whoop, and put him back down. All right, cool. Fourth drill. Now we're gonna pummel. Now, while I'm pummeling, you see it? While I'm pummeling, he thinks that arm's going all the way in. Go put that arm all the way in. I'm taking that momentum of that arm coming in and throwing it over my shoulder. Seoi Nage, all right? So again, energy distribution. So we're coming in here, boom, using that energy, and I lift up, and that energy keeps flowing. Last drill we're doing, drill 5. All right, now we're coming in here. Maybe he wins or he gets that deep left underhook. Boom, oi! Now I'm using that underhook motion. That makes sense. So he thinks he's winning. So he gets that deep left underhook. He's like, oh, look, I'm driving. Now he drives, boom. Whoosh. That makes sense. So we're using the energy that he gives me in judo to keep going that way as fast as we can. All right? Any questions? Pummel. Pummel to arm drag to the back to the escape. Pummel to the arm drag to the Seoi Nage lift. Pummel to the Ogoshi. Pummel to the Uchimata. Throughout all of this, everything you need to get great at every position while you're standing and on the ground. This pummel happens everywhere, whether you're on your back, whether they're on their back, you have to win the underhook all time. And win the underhook. That's why you can't do this too much. I've been doing this right here since 1986. All right, cool. This noise is ingrained in my brain because I trained in the original YMCA in Lime, Ohio. It's like a basement. It was freezing cold, but there was no music, nothing like that. So you just hear the geese. That makes sense? That noise you just get used to. So you cannot get too good at this. The most dominant MMA fighters in the world, John Jones, Stipe, George St. Pierre, they win here. They win here, and then everything else is just easier. You guys got it? That's enough talking, all right? Let's get after it. We got some time. All right, we got plenty of time to get all through these drills. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I would like you to walk away with these fundamentals. The fundamental of the pummel, the fundamental of the arm drag, all right? Because again, the arm drag is like that David Blaine trick. We're pummeling, and all of a sudden, poof, whoa. Again, we talked about this. I'm not grabbing the arm and pulling it through, all right? What am I doing? As we're going here, you got the big, deep right pummel, right pummel, right pummel. He's coming in here like that. So I'm just redirecting that energy. I'm not grabbing it. So if I have a thumb here, I'm not exerting that much control. I'm just here. All right, so when you throw ahead and throw your jab. See that? All right, where does that go? It's right to my rear naked choke. Did you see it? Slow-mo. All right, we'll do this. Don't move. Stay right there. All right, I'm going to do this. Ready? You think that would work in a fight? Yeah, all that Tai Chi here. See him doing Tai Chi in the park. You think it would work in a fight?
I've seen it work.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing I just did right there on him when he throws his jab. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Ready? So he's gonna throw his jab. I'm gonna go here. Throw your jab. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when I'm doing this now, what am I doing? I'm using my kung fu moves to pummel right around his neck. So now in super slow motion, first energy distribution, second. So that's Tai Chi, all right? So first energy distribution, second. Now what I do is here is I grab this as I pull this down. This thumb right here is gonna go right there on his chin and lift his neck up, all right? So go ahead. This one comes now here, all right? Now here, see that thumb? That thumb right there has his jaw. Now I'm gonna release this and do what? Pummel my own bicep. Now my last pummel, the back of his head. Bloop. All right, cool. So if we get time there, I would like to finish there. Finish to just pummeling right around to the neck. All right, game on, start pummeling.